What is going on? Thank you guys for tuning in. The secret sauce for today. Truth and growth happen outside of your comfort zone. Do not get discouraged. On the docket today, today's weather is more seasonal chop. Trump's digital empire is expanding. His fourth NFT collection, America First, has launched. We need to check in with Thread Guy and see what he's feeling about this. Pixel art millionaires are coming. Tech titans unite. What happens? Musk and Vitalik are in unison about some interesting AI developments. And this just in, the SEC has issued a Wells notice to, I think they're an NFT platform called OpenSea. They seem to have been around for a good bit, and I don't know if they're still active, so it's interesting they got this Wells notice. I'm gonna have to look on X and see if their account is still active, see if the website is still up and running. But we are bringing chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Wednesday, it is August 28th, and it is time for some rare bits. What are we looking at? The crypto greed and fear is coming in at a 30. We are down 18 degrees. We are back in the fear zone. It is chilly here. Bitcoin dominance, it's down. ETH dominance, it is also down. Total crypto market cap slid by about 3.4% over the last 24 hours, coming in at $2.156 trillion. The top crypto search term, I talked about this yesterday, is the artificial intelligence stuff going to come back? And the answer is yes. The normies are searching for artificial super intelligence. The ticker sign is FET. It is up 44% on the 7-day. It is worth having on your short list. We have 69 days until the election. And this just in, I wanted to touch base on this. So BlockDAG is this, I touched on it, I think 2 days ago, and it's this interesting ecosystem. A bunch of people have commented on it. I just wanted to say that they signed a $10 million 3-year partnership with Borussia Dortmund. They are aiming to boost its market cap and visibility. The deal could elevate BlockDAG into the top 30 cryptocurrencies for market cap. So watch this climb as it begins to change ranks. There are predictions for significant ROI for early investors. Meanwhile, we have Notcoin. It is struggling after a 17% price drop. Do you think the time has reached the bottom? Is it time to start scooping this up? We're going to look at some numbers and see where they are in a minute. But all of this stuff with Pavel is going to affect what BlockDAG has going on. The partnership is currently the most notable development, drawing significant attention to the crypto market. It is a big deal. So if you haven't heard about it, it is in my Substack. And before we get into some more news, let's check the numbers for the nerds. And just like that, it's beer time. Look at that heat map. And this tells a story, right? We only see a couple things that are green, and Toncoin is one of them. Currently trading at $5.56. Is that the bottom for this coin? Have we already seen the bottom? It is up 2.47% on the day. This morning we were looking at it in a couple different discussion groups, and it's risky, but it seems like it's going to move forward. So moving on to some numbers for the nerds. We have Bitcoin currently slid under the 60K mark, trading at $59,426. Ethereum, $2,547. BNB, $538. Solana, $144. What are we talking about on the day? Bitcoin is down 3%. ETH is trading flat. BNB is down 1.5%. Solana is down 5%. Anything else notable that's ringing bells? We have Near Protocol down 8%. On my short list, as you can see, this also tells a great story. So absolutely everything is in blood red except Toncoin. It is up 2.2%. It is one of the only things that are up on the day except Mumu the Bull, another coin that I absolutely love for a long-term hold. Looking at my short list on the day, Near Protocol is down the most, followed by Radium, Sui, Avalanche, and Pepe. Do we see these return? We are going to check in on the DEX volume in Solana over the last 24 hours. It's been about $989 million. That is a weekly change of about 8.8% to the negative. Will we see this turnaround? This is the last week of August. So we have Labor Day coming up in September that kind of puts an end cap on summer. It is, to me, the absolute slowest time of the year. Not until things turn around September 8th or 9th, do we start pumping? And again, my day to start seeing parabolic movement is 9/24/24. Top meme coins by market capitalization at the moment for price. Dogs has gone up 24%. And what's interesting about this coin, I knew nothing about it. I did a deep dive today. I'm going to put some information in the Substack tomorrow. It is a super interesting token. They already have about 3 million followers on the X platform. So if you are not aware of this, you absolutely should be. We're going to check in with Polymarket, my favorite news source next to Rarebits, and some of the things that caught my eye today. What do we have? We have Ton back online today. So if you don't know, the Ton blockchain went down for about 4 hours. It is back online. We have a global heat increase. We are going to see the numbers come in toward the end of summer. Are we going to break records? Next up that caught my attention, Trump versus Harris polling margin on September 6th. Who will be in the lead? We're going to check in on that in a minute as well. And a new addition to my list, and we mentioned Thread Guy earlier. So, will Thread Guy interview Donald Trump before October? And this is absolutely awesome because apparently there was a scenario, and we thought it was a mirror image of what happened the first time around, where you purchase a certain number of these Trump NFTs and you are guaranteed a dinner at Mar-a-Lago. I think the tide has changed now that Trump has dropped his fourth collection. There was an idea floating around that if you purchased $25,000 worth of these new NFTs, it would guarantee you a spot at this dinner. And it turns out I do not think that is the case. I think it is 25,000 lottery tickets. So hopefully luck will be in your favor, Thread Guy. Looking at some of the biggest gainers in the 24 hours. Again, this was put out at about 5:30 this morning. Dogs on top, 29%. They have continued their run today. You definitely have to look into it or check in the Substack tomorrow. Popcat, UMA, Wrapped XM, and Wrapped AVAX are all big movers on the downside. We saw Centrifuge, Polygon, Constitution, Origin Trail, and Pepe Coin, all down between 8 and 10%, which is not absolutely drastic. Next up, my call for this morning was FWOG, FWOG. We are going to check in on that right now, and I'm going to back this up a bit, and we're going to show you two very different stories. So, as you can see, I have been buying this aggressively on its way up. We dipped below my average price. I also have some of this on another wallet, so I got in earlier. But for this run, we dipped below my average price, and it was really interesting. So that is FWOG. I recommend this. It has a 61 million market cap at the moment. Now, I also mess around with some things that are much riskier. FWOG, I see this going to a 1 billion market cap by October. Super easy. There are a number of reasons. Tune into the Substack, find out what they are. Next up, another play that I love is Kobe. And this is a very different story. I have been buying this aggressively as it continues to go down. But again, I believe in this coin. It currently has a $3.82 million market cap. I thought we had some really nice signals here, but we are going to see what happens here. When I was watching this trade live, I was watching people dump 90 Solana worth in one clip. So things like that create an absolutely volatile market. And the next thing we want to check in is our Bubble Buddies. This is a great token. It is new on the scene. We are going to probably have to refresh this. I have been in and out all over with this token. So currently it is trading at about 2.51 million market cap. I think it ran up to about a high of 4.8. I think I sold all of mine at 4.77 million, then started to DCA back in smaller amounts on the way down and saw that it was going to continue to go. Dropped out here on BullX. I still have some of this in another wallet that I will continue to hold as kind of a moon bag, but I'm continuing to watch this. I love the team behind it. I do not think it is dead. I think we are dealing with the absolute slowest time of summer, and all of these things go into play. Next up, The decision between who will be in the White House, we do not know who it will be. This morning, Bitcoin was down 4%, coming in at 60,000 flat. I haven't reported that number in quite some time. But at the moment, it looks like Trump will be victorious, but it was a flat day for these two contenders on the Polygon market. Now, we are talking about Trump's digital trading cards. They're only $99. And if you buy 25,000 of them or 2,500 of them, you have the opportunity to get a gala dinner with President Trump. So if we are looking at this advertisement, it does look like the gala dinner with President Trump. It says you could get. So we need to delve into this a bit more. It is funny. He is making waves in the digital world once again. If you do not know, this is his 4th NFT collection. It is named America First. These digital trading cards will feature various depictions of Donald Trump, including him as a boxer. He's a crypto guru, and some of them, they are $99. These NFTs come with exclusive rewards like minted edition sneakers and VIP gala dinner tickets. They are not guaranteed. The more cards you buy, the better the perks and the better the chances. That's a huge chance in there. We have some interesting stuff happening with the CryptoPunks. They cracked in at #1 in NFT sales. I don't report on it in my Substack, but I wake up every morning and I go through all the NFT stuff. I'm still an NFT nerd. So watching this stuff get back up into the 1.6 million range for the CryptoPunks makes me super happy. They beat out D-Market, who has been absolutely just crushing lately. So it's nice to see CryptoPunks regaining some of their clout. Moving into AI news, we have the tech giants. We have Vitalik Buterin and we have Elon Musk, and they are both throwing their support behind California's AI safety bill. It is known as SB 1047. This bill aims to regulate and advance AI models that cost over $100 million to train. The models that are AKA scary as shit. Holy moly. Okay, so when we get into that type of price tag, the risk assessment associated with the capabilities of these AI models is beyond comprehension. It's definitely something that we don't see as a user on the World Wide Web. So despite opposition from some of the tech firms that are involved in this, I don't know, this is about to go to a vote at the state assembly. These are very interesting times. There's so many regulations at play, from censorship to reproductive rights to who gets to actually drive in the driver's seat when AI is driving the show. So all of this stuff is coming. And you know what? It's really interesting. I am in Austin, Texas at the moment. I mean, Tesla's here. This wasn't even a Tesla. This was another type of vehicle, and it was a self-driven vehicle. And when you see these things, you know, I was crossing the street and you see it stop at the stop sign and you look to see who's driving and you're like, wow, there is nobody in that car. Like nobody. But it stopped and it let me cross the stopwalk or across the street. But I don't know, like what's it doing just driving around by itself? Is it practicing? Like what is happening? It seems like if you're a car and nobody's in it, you should just park, right? But maybe that's the thing. Maybe it was leaving from one owner to a user or a driver, or maybe it was a taxi. I don't know what it was. It was still just a little fucking strange to see cars driving around with nobody in it. My next question is, did they have the radio on? If I was a self-driving car, I would always have the radio on. I might even have the hazards on, just to let people know that I am coming. Like, look the fuck out. There's nobody behind the wheel. Holy shit, it is about to get weird, and space science is no longer going to be, sci-fi is just gonna be science. There's gonna be no fi involved. What the fuck? In a concerning development for the digital privacy, it has been reported that the Telegram CEO Pavel Durov's phone was hacked back in 2017. Now, the alleged culprits. So supposedly there's word coming down the street that it is a joint operation between the French and UAE spies. This revelation comes in light of Durov's recent detention in Paris, raising eyebrows about government overreach in the digital sphere. So up here, I just have a graph of how much reach Telegram has. So they have about 900 million active users. So as you can imagine, this is a platform with a ton of reach. What's also interesting is this platform is just moving into the ability to trade cryptocurrency through the platform super easily with bots. And this notoriety that Pavel is getting, and supposedly word just came out that he has been released on house arrest, so he will be able to fight his court case from the confines of a residence somewhere. He will not be able to leave France. That is what I'm hearing. Now, all of this stuff, what is interesting is it is probably going to increase business on the Telegram app as people want to show support for privacy rights around the world. When they're being infringed upon, we need to stand together and fight back. The only way we can do it is together, right? So, in a concerning development for Toncoin, and this is all tied into the stuff with Pavel. There was this really wicked correction last week. I think we dropped about, I don't know, 18, 19% the minute he was apprehended by the French authorities when he stepped off the plane. So it seems to have bottomed out. I hope it is back on its way up in my Substack before it broke the $6 mark. I kind of did some analysis on it, and my thought was that it would never enter the $5 mark again. Now, having the Telegram ecosystem, which Ton basically lives upon and thrives upon, having that boat be rocked by authorities and us not knowing the outcome, it is a bit of a risky trade, but people are jumping in on this. So it is something that I think has the opportunity to go parabolic. Ticker sign TON. And if you have been following some of the different protocols that are out and about, so many of us trade on Solana or Bitcoin or Ethereum or Tron or whatever your fancy is, the base ecosystem has been blowing up. Meme coins are being traded over there, and there's one in particular that has just been taking off, and it is called Brett. By the end of 2024, they are saying that the amount of volume that Base is going to do will be staggering. So a lot of it depends on some of the coins that are running the ecosystem absolutely taking off. And when you look at some of the metrics, what am I talking about? The UX UI. Is it easy to get in and out of the ecosystem? Is it user friendly? Is it, in my short view, anytime you have to bridge and wait, it's a pain in the ass. If I am entering a terminal and we know what the outcome is, and you are having me initiate services, we know what the end result is, we know what the steps are, why is it not automated? Period. For me to continue to have to deal with these transactions in the manner that we are makes this a clunky experience. Until it is fixed, the traffic will not flow. The easy answer to me is having a wallet that does it all. Coinbase, you should do this. Coinbase, right? Do this. Make your wallet seamless. Right now, your wallet is a piece of dog shit, period. The only reason people use it is because they have their bank connected to it. As far as using it as a device to be in this ecosystem, it is a dead whale. You need to fix it. It's great you're creating movement on the base ecosystem. Fuck, nobody wants to get over there. Make your wallet seamless. Fix it. All right, enough ranting about that shit. Holy moly. It's beer time again. Look at that. Okay, so I brought this up earlier, right? We are talking about the suspicion of who tapped into Pavel's phone. So if you think about this long form, right? 2017, this is a chess game these MFers are playing. So if the UAE and other espionage agents are involved and they are hacking your phone in 2017, they make you believe you've recontrolled the mentorship or the driver's seat of the phone, when in fact you haven't. And you jump 6-7 years later and they know what the fuck is going on, and they probably know everything that you've been doing since 2017. So these things are ultra scary. So what's interesting about this is the UAE actually had a bunch of high-priced fighter jets, really nicely painted, that they were going to order from France. And when France decided to put Pavel in the Hooskow, the UAE said, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna stop order on these fancy jets. So we're talking about like $10 billion fighter jets. So this is all getting super interesting. It is going to be a popcorn-worthy scenario. And man, wait till we see the court trials. Like, this is going to be fun shit to watch online. So next up, we have Bitcoin. It has been on a literal wild fucking ride. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Down 6%, up 8%. The CME gap at 61,400 is a little concerning. Traders are keeping a close eye on this historically as Bitcoin often revisits these gaps, trying to fill them in. Some analysis are even predicting potential rebound up to 65K if key resistance levels are broken. I do not see that happening at the moment, but I'd like to bring a bunch of different insights. We have Mark Yusko, and this is interesting. So he works with a company called Morgan Creek Capital Management. And his take on Bitcoin's current stage is, he says, we're in a volatile range. It's going to trade between 50K and 75K. Now, if Mark was my advisor, I mean, that's what's happening. I have a friend, he wanted to get into Bitcoin last month. And I said, we just wait. And I'm not predicting things, but I just have a feeling of when things are going to take off. So plotting out a range of 50 to 75K, I mean, that's no insight, right? I think we're going to crab walk in a much tighter range until a certain moment. Then we are going to go fucking parabolic, and you will not have another chance to get in. You will have one more bump that comes down, but if you have not been playing the game and ready to flip your game into Bitcoin at that bump down, you are going to miss the Jimmy Jam. So Yusko points out a pattern of lower highs and higher lows and all this shit. February downward trend, I don't know. It's a bunch of horse schwaggle. I like to include it. There is good information in my Substack, and the reason I put a lot of different viewpoints in there is because I want you guys to make the decision. We know how to look at the charts. We're learning about all of the different aspects. We're spreading our reach into meme coins and different ecosystems. I have things that I do. I do this stuff online on my BullX trade platform. And the other stuff I advise about in my Substack. I tell you what's going on, what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking, what could possibly be happening, and how to keep yourself from going crazy. So tune in or get stuck. That's how it is. We have some interesting stuff. So what did I want to talk about first? So there's something called untrading. And this is a Singapore-based company, and they are trying to absolutely shake things up with zero commission model. And on the outset, it sounds crazy. But I also remember when developers came out and said, we are going to start a company and we're going to utilize open source software. And VCs and investors were like, you cannot have software that is open source. You will get destroyed by the competition. And it did the opposite. It created innovation, and it created a desire to be involved with something that was forward thinking. So is untrading something like that? So this zero commission model is going to be interesting. They call it Province Value Amplification Protocol. It is going to ensure fair compensation for everybody involved in the transaction. After success they had in Southeast Asia, now they are looking to expand this globally. What I love about things that are happening in Southeast Asia is they use that. One, they're so involved with tech, but they create these sandboxes where they try technology out before taking it public, which is something the US government does not do. There's very little sandboxing with the crypto industry. That is why innovators choose to leave the country. So this untrading is super interesting. We're going to see this come down the pike. It is a new way to look at things. And if there is zero commission model, would this affect things like OpenSea say that NFTs are now securities. We will have to look into this. We have XRP stakeholders. We saw a nice little run, but people are starting to take notice because we have seen, it just fell below this 50-day EMA average. We're looking at about 57 cents on this chart, which is no bueno. It could signal a shift to more downside. We're going to continue to watch this. That's all we can do. And it's just volatile as shit. So again, just think crab walk. There are plays to be made. Don't get wrecked on stuff. Things are about to turn the page, and it is going to happen in September, in my view. And finally, let's talk some Dogecoin. Despite a 6.25% drop in price, Doge has seen an crazy amount of volume, up 25%. Keep in mind, there are about 7 million wallets that hold this token inside of the confines of that smelly, nice piece of leather they call the wallet. But the fact that it is, I think Doge dwarfs every other coin in the ecosystem. So seeing movement like this with price drop is not a great sign. All we need is Elon to kick up some dust with this, and this thing will absolutely go parabolic. 70% of Dogecoin addresses at the moment are still in profit. That is fucking amazing, right? 7 million wallets, and 70% of those wallets are in profit for a coin in an absolutely red market day. That is something that we like to see. If you guys are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling. Ba-boom!